anybody else's brand like already mainstream or anything like that. What we try to do is try to help the entrepreneurs out and the independent. That's my main focus. But the magazine is a really good look. It's a free publication, and right now we got Young D's on the cover. He's a really exciting artist out of Charlotte from the West Side. He's really good. His grind is really hard. He pays attention. So we're trying to move forward with him. But the magazine will be out in the streets September the 1st.
Okay.
Is the first issue.
How excited are you to see all these different things falling into place within your life?
Very excited because I never thought that it would happen, but I kept grinding. You know what I mean? I had a vision. I put my vision on paper. I wrote me a business plan, and I just stuck to it. Sometimes you're gonna always have to make concessions and change things or deviate just a little bit, but you have to stay true to that focus or to that main core of the plan. So I put together the business plan. I put together this business plan in 2008. You know what I mean? And it's taken me a few years to actually believe in myself that I can actually do it. So the business been up 18 months. And right now we're at the stage where we starting to see profit or starting to see a return anyway. You know what I mean? So some cash flow coming in. So that's very exciting. So I work with a lady, my web designer. Her name is Desiree Pugh. She's real good at what she does. I work with a graphic designer named Shakika Wise. Shakika Wise does all the flyers. She does all the posters, and she designed the magazine. So, thanks to Shakika and Desiree.
Your family. Let's talk a little bit about that and how much inspiration you have gotten from them, not only at where you're at right now, but growing up.
Yeah. Well, growing up, to be honest, was kind of rough because I was bad. You know what I mean? I was always trying to run the streets, always trying to do something I didn't have no business doing. When I spoke on earlier about being able to listen to your parents and listen to your mother, when we sit down and have those conversations now, my mom's big on "I told you so," but you know what I mean? But she'll give you a lesson along with it. And I always tell her that she was right. So my relationship is really golden right now. I love my mother. I love talking to her. And I get a big support from my baby sister. She loves what I'm doing. My whole family love what I'm trying to do, and they want to see me succeed because they see the change in me from 10 years, 15 years ago to always wanting to run the streets and do something I had no business doing to someone that works every day, gets up, goes to work, and come home, and I still work on my company. So they're proud of that.
If you had one thing to say as far as your support system, family and all that, what would you say? I mean,
well, I tell them all thanks, because everything is a lesson. I think we're supposed to learn from our success and our failures. You know what I mean? So I think you have to take both of those and you learn from them. So I just tell my family, thanks for always supporting me. Thanks for always picking me up when I was down or didn't think I was supposed to be doing anything but running the streets and doing, God knows what. So thanks for always believing in me.
Do you have any kids?
I have a daughter. She's 21, young, beautiful girl. She goes to Central State in Dayton, Fairborn. It's actually in Fairborn, Ohio. I love her to death, and, Daddy loves you.
That's great. That's good. On One Nation. Where do you see On One Nation at 5 years from now?
Oh, 5 years from now, man, I think we'll be huge. Because, like I said, I think that we're done tapped into something that's not being done right now. It's been overlooked. Because that whole industry, they look at it as far as like you got to cut the whole tree down. Nobody wants to pick apples anymore. Just cut the whole tree down. And success really doesn't come like that. So I think with On One Nation, the team that I have, big shout out to Jada Cross. But the team that I have, we're moving in the right direction.
Correct.
I've assembled a team, salespeople. Just hired a director of marketing.
Okay.
That's Jada Cross, and I got Shakika Watts. You know, so we're moving in the right direction. Everything is panning out to be pretty good. So I think 2014 to be a BI year.
Okay, let's think back at I know you said hip hop artists. Is there a stereotype as far as that society has placed on hip hop music? Yes or no? And if so, how do we change that stereotype?
Well, it's definitely a stereotype, but and it's definitely a stereotype. But the way we change it,
tell us about it.
I mean, but the way we change it is, me, I really don't worry about the stereotype too much because it's always going to be one. You know what I mean? It's always going to try to put you in a box or try to put you in a category to begin with. So if you're worried about that all the time, then you're worried about the wrong things. But it's guys that I know of. It's a guy I think he's out of Raleigh. His name is Elion the Great. He lyrically, he's like one of the best that I heard, and I think he's ready for stardom. I know another guy by the name of Anonymous. He's here in Charlotte. Real good lyrically. His brother, 6-0, real good lyrically. D's, real good. You know what I mean? So the only way that you can come out the stereotype is if they let you out. So that's why I say don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just stay true to who you are and stay true to your music and let everybody else put you in them boxes.
When you go back into these different events and you hear a musician, artist, and you feel like they're not where they actually feel they're at right now, are you honest with them, or do you kind of like encourage them to, how do you handle a situation like that?
Well, I always be honest because that's what I want for me. I want someone to look at my site or whatever, and I want them to give me an honest opinion. Constructive criticism is always good criticism. Excuse me, but you're gonna always have your haters out there too, so you really can't worry about it. But you're supposed to take it all in stride because you can't get mad just because someone say, "Hey, man, this really don't look too good. You might want to change this or you might want to change that." So if you actually sit down and think about it, they may be right. It might not be hating, just constructive criticism. So I'm always looking for criticism because I know I can do something with it.
But with that constructive criticism, it's like you say, you have a lot of haters, a lot of people who don't want you to be successful, someone who feels like they should have started what you thought of, your idea, How does that make you feel when you got to stick to your gun and think that was a great idea and accepting the criticism, but then again, understanding that you made a decision that you want to stick to?
Well, you have to believe in yourself. And if you start a company, you have to live and die with the decisions that you make. I won't be a failure because I didn't stick to my guns and listen to somebody else that didn't put the time, the blood, the sweat, and the tears in that I did. So a lot of decisions that I make, I always have the final decision in my company anyway. But I have changed, a decision and moved in another direction or changed a feature or something like that. So you just a gut instinct. You just got to know what you really want, and if that's what you really want, then stick to it, and just live with those consequences, however they may fall.
When you go out into the community and you talk about On One Nation, what type of feedback have you been getting from?
I've got nothing but positive feedback throughout. I haven't had any negative thing. I've talked to a few business professionals, and they love the concept. They love the idea. So I get good feedback from artists. Everybody that I've talked to, they want to be a part of it. So it's looking good because it's a good look. It's a new look, and like I say, we act as a marketing company for artists or for entrepreneurs, but we don't charge anybody in that aspect a dime to get on the site or help promote. Like I'm looking for guys right now for tour dates and to put on flyers. So as an artist or as a designer or whatever, that helps you. That frees up money for marketing for you, money that you would spend on yourself for marketing. You know what I mean? You can try to take those dollars now and do something else with, business cards or whatever it may be, because we try to help with that.
Okay. Being that you're inside this business now, I know you're talking about the free, which is a great concept, but being in a business, and you have a lot of business individuals out here in our community, and they're saying, well, how do you survive?
Well, I survive off of other ventures, but when I first started on One Nation, the goal wasn't to turn a profit. You know what I mean? The goal was just to listen to people rap, you know, because I know this guy got talent over here, you know what I mean? I can understand that, I can listen to it. Like, man, he should be signed somewhere, he should be doing something. So my love of music pushed me to create the site. So, you know, we got ad space and things like that. We got ads from the magazine coming in. So I really the website was just something to do so people can get heard. My love of music pushed me to that.
And I applaud you for looking out for these independent artists and understanding that they need some type of avenue to get out there and really talk about their music. You know, and that's a great thing that you're doing for these individuals.
Yeah, it is, because a lot of other sites charge, whether it's $10 or $20 or whatever the case may be. A lot of them charge for guys to upload CDs and things like that on their website, whereas we don't charge anything. And it's a lot of websites out there that's a mix. The same website that may have independent on, you go to another page and it's Lil Wayne's music, T.I.'s music and things like that. And we don't do that at all. Okay. We just focus entirely on independent, and we try to encourage people out in the streets or people in cyberspace to log on, check it out, and give people honest opinions, you know. And like I say, the music is good. You have some music that's better than others, but, you know, I think people would appreciate an honest opinion or a download if you like their music.
Okay, you say that that following. I think we may be coming short on time, but as far as the following of our individuals in that community, is that a good feeling? We may be coming short on time, Mr. Cowan. Yeah. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome.
Thank you for having me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Tillman Cowan. You go to his website.
www.ononenation.com. That's ON1nation.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. You can watch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Go on the Paul Brown Show with guest Tillman Cowan. You be encouraged. Thank you. The Paul Brown Show. Chief Rodney Monroe to Darrell Williams. Mr. Patrick Cannon, the Mayor Pro Tem of Charlotte, North Carolina. Mr. Calvin Seabrook.
That we need to go out there and we need to do something and set goals and go for it.
There's an opportunity that's always before us. In as much as we can be going through something, there's always a way out of that something.
The Paul Brown Show. You be encouraged.